Welcome back to the Always Thinking Mindset channel, where we give you positive vibes and simple rules to achieve your goals. Now, in today's video, we are going to speak on money management. This is the hardest thing to do, but also the easiest thing, but because a lot of people ignore it and don't have no idea or education about it. Now, before we begin, if you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. It does help the algorithm. Don't worry, you don't have to be subscribed, no commitment here. But if you love the channel, you already know what to do. So let's go ahead and get started. All right. So, in the first and hard rule on money management is to cut the expenses. I cannot get into it more enough of cutting expenses. There's a lot of stuff we waste money on that we don't even know we're wasting money on. You got to learn how to track your expenses. And this can be done with a simple personal credit card. It can also be done with you balancing, doing a balance sheet, or just an Excel spreadsheet, right? You have to learn how to cut expenses because those expenses add up over time, whether it's the weeks, months, to even years, right? You have Mark Cuban, who's a billionaire, and he still cares about toothpaste, how much is going to cost down to the cents. But it's okay though. He's Mark Cuban. He can do whatever he wants. And at the same time, you got to understand millionaires and billionaires didn't get where they're at not keeping track of expenses. Now, for all you subscribers to Spotify, Netflix, and everything in between, I love you. I have my own, but at the same time, those can add up, right? Especially when you have multiple accounts. Please keep track of the expenses because when you keep track of stuff, then you're able to better manage it. When you start shaving off what you actually expend on, then you're able to save. You have more money and you have more control over your money. Now, a lot of people just get in the habit of getting the check, spending the check, paying bills, then doing what you want with the money. That is an incorrect form, right? We have to handle our business of paying bills first, obviously, but at the same time, learn to save, learn to maneuver and cut down expenses. Just because you make a certain income doesn't mean you go buy a big boat, right? That's just not how it's going to work out. You got to learn how to trim the fat from the meat. So in the end, you're having a easier way of planning, planning, and just overall investing in the future. Which leads me to the next rule, which is save. Saving is so important. Trust me, I know a lot of people that get paid and they spend their check and they go cash it and they go party and live life to the fullest, if you want to call it. But at the same time, I know people that are very conservative where all they do is save 90% of their check and they actually go spend the 10%. I'm not saying be ultimate frugal, but at the same time, track your expenses. Open up a savings account. It's that easy. Whether it's one, two, or three savings account, it's up to you, right? In the end, you do want to at least save 10, 20, 25% of your income into a savings account, right? Just do it as if you're blindfolded because that slowly starts to accrue compound interest. Then you just forget about the money. You can also do what's automated uh, into your savings account, especially with direct deposit. But save, save, save. And I'm not saying save till the end of time, just save enough to make other better decisions in the future and have better financial investments. And which leads me to my third and last and powerful rule is live below your means. I'm going to say it again. Live below your means. What does this mean? Because I make $100,000, right? I'm going to use that as an example. Doesn't mean I got to go live $100,000 lifestyle. What you want to do is you got Uncle Sam waiting for you so he can take half. So just imagine you're getting paid $50,000. That is a great mindset because what happens is it teaches you money management because the money you make is not the ultimate money you make. Gross income is not net income. Know the difference between those. But like I said, in the end, you got to live below your means, right? Say you get a raise at work. Raise doesn't mean, oh, I get to go spend more. No, it means you save more. It means that in the future, you're better off at saving and having a rainy day fund or an emergency fund or even get out of debt, right? You got to live below your means. What I'm saying is that we don't have to live in this minimalist, era of not owning anything. But yeah, you don't have to buy the new car, buy the new dress, buy the new latest iPhone. Those can hold off. Those are just more wants than needs. And you have to live below your means. Even when I was making $15,000 or $20,000 or $30,000, I knew I wasn't making $30,000 with taxes, and I would cut it in half and I would say, okay, I'm making $15,000 out of the $30,000. That is how I'm supposed to act, right? You're supposed to act broke in order to save. And these are the little things that people need to realize in order to save, grow, and invest in the future properly. Millionaires and billionaires still do it today. Isn't that crazy? They have millions and billions of dollars, but yet they're willing to count cents on the dollar, check receipts, have statements. Why? Because in the end, they didn't get there, spending lavishly and letting go of money. They cut expenses, they save, but they a lot of them live below their means. They don't want to buy the yacht, even though they can afford the yacht. They don't want to buy the Maybach or the Ferrari, right? Even though they can afford it. What's wrong with a simple, reasonable car? And in the end, this is what got them there. So they know that's the trick, right? You gotta live below your means. Well, that ends today's video. If you took value of today's video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Like I said, if you're able to control your money, you're able to control your life. This is a great video that I hope everybody resonates with. And if you love the channel, you already know what to do. Until next time, we will speak soon.